tensions are hitting India's economy on multiple fronts. The alcohol beverage industry is seeking up to 15% price hike as input costs surge. The government has slashed fuel excise duty to cushion rising crude prices even as pump rates stay unchanged. And a new corporate laws amendment bill aims to ease compliance by decriminalizing 21 offences and pushing a more digital business-friendly framework. Hello everyone, you have tuned into SME Futures with me Swalvi Bajpayee, and these are the top stories for this episode of SME This Week. First up, the Indian alcoholic beverage industry has warned of potential disruption due to ongoing geopolitical conflicts as raw material costs surge amid the Middle East crisis. Two of the country's leading industry bodies have formally urged state governments to approve price hikes of up to 15% to offset rising input costs. The Confederation of Indian Alcoholic Beverage Companies has written to states seeking a price revision for Indian-made foreign liquor, proposing a hike of 100 to 150 rupees per litre case, depending on the segment. In parallel, the Brewers Association of India, which represent major players like United Breweries, AB InBev and Carlsberg, has sought a 25 to 30 rupee per case increase in beer prices. This pressure is coming from a sharp spike in input and packaging costs. Polypropylene used in plastic caps has jumped by 35 rupee per kg, a 36% increase. PET resin, a key packaging material, has surged by 34.5 rupee per kg, marking a 40% jump within just a month, driven by supply disruptions from Iran and rising feedstock costs. At the same time, freight and fuel costs are rising due to disrupted global shipping routes, further adding to operational expenses. Even barley and grain supplies, critical for alcohol production, are under pressure, tightening the overall supply chain. With alcohol prices tightly regulated by the state governments, companies are unable to pass on these increases immediately. If approvals are delayed, it could squeeze margins and potentially lead to supply disruption, especially during peak demand periods. In a major move, the government has slashed fuel excise duty. Petrol duty has been cut from 13 rupees to 3 per litre, while diesel duty has been reduced from 10 rupees to 0. The changes came into effect from March 26-27. This decision comes amid rising concerns of a fuel price hike across India, triggered by the ongoing West Asia conflict that is pushing global crude oil prices upward. Since India imports over 90% of its crude oil, any global disruption directly impacts domestic fuel costs. This move also brings relief to oil marketing companies, which are facing losses on the marketing side due to the sharp rise in crude oil costs. However, retail prices of petrol and diesel remain unchanged as of now. In another key development, the government has introduced a new special additional excise duty on aviation turbine fuel, with exemptions bringing the effective rate to 29.5 rupee per litre. Overall, the move is aimed at absorbing global cost pressures, stabilizing the market, and controlling inflation, even as one global crisis continues to ripple through India's economy. And lastly, Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has introduced the Corporate Laws Bill 2026, aiming to simplify compliance and modernize India's corporate framework. The biggest shift, decriminalization. Around 21 offences will now move from criminal punishment to civil penalties, reducing litigation and compliance stress for businesses. The bill also pushes a digital-first approach, allowing virtual AGMs, electronic documentation, and simpler compliance processes. On the global front, IFSC-based companies and LLPs can now operate in foreign currencies, aligning India with international financial hubs. It also allows AIFs to convert from trust into LLPs, giving more flexibility to fund managers. At the same time, oversight is tightening with stronger powers for NFRA, stricter director rules, and better enforcement through penalty recovery mechanism. Overall, the bill marks a clear shift from criminalization to trust-based regulation, from manual processes to digital compliance, and from rigid frameworks to globally aligned corporate governance. With that, it's a wrap on this episode of SMEs This Week. But you stay tuned. I'll see you same time, same day next week.